Hey guys, what's up? This is your girl Megan, and welcome back to week 7. Alright, Miss Faulk fans, do me a favor. Pick up your copy of Bear to You, okay? And now I want you to think about all the guys and all the girls and all the anchors and everyone else in the world who made you feel like crap for reading 50 Shades of Grey. And while you're holding that book and thinking of those really stupid, ignorant people, I want you to imagine slapping them with this book. That's right. We're just going to slap them in the head with it, and this is why. When I first did my video, 50 Shades of Grey, I really thought maybe I was lucky if 20 of my friends from Facebook came to watch it. I did not expect to blow up 200,000 plus views in the first 2 or 3 weeks. I certainly didn't think that over now almost close to 1,500 of you have subscribed. It's kind of been a whirlwind. I can't possibly read all of those comments, but the comments that I do read, some of them are really good. Some of them are people telling me that, you know, it's people who think like me and who enjoy the book are the reason that men are crappy girls, or that this is why men think that they can treat us this way, and yada, yada, yada. And it's all just stupid because it's just, I've had that speech with you. But this is why we're going to smack them with this book. For the girls out there who couldn't see past that it's a book and not reality, the girl, the main character in this book, is named Eva. And Eva is everything that Anastasia is not. Eva is strong. Eva has a college degree. She is rich on her own with no man's help. She also has an amazing job in New York City in advertising. This girl is everything but Anastasia. She just hasn't any of her qualities. However, the guy in this book is nothing like Christian Grey. His name is Gideon Cross. And Gideon, I won't say nothing like Christian Grey. He's rich, he's powerful, he's dark and dangerous, as she calls him the moment she meets him. And he has not a twitchy palm, but a very dominant voice about him. Now, the book starts off with Eva on her very first day of work. And as she's running to get to work and timing herself the day before, she bumps into Gideon Cross. And when she sees Gideon, she automatically calls him dark and dangerous and the most beautiful man she's ever seen. He is described as having long to the shoulders, black hair, brilliant bright blue eyes, and absolutely toned, just this gorgeous, unbelievable looking man. However, Eva doesn't really do well with men, and we don't know why. But she runs away, and you can clearly see that he's kind of into her. Fast forward a little bit, she goes to work, finds out that that's her boss, and they have a very weird encounter where he just walks straight up to her and says, "Hey, I want to sleep with you. What's it going to take?" And she immediately is revoked and says, "You know, what kind of girl do you think I am?" Backs away, all that good stuff. Fast forward a little bit more. I don't want to tell you all the in-betweens because they're the rowdy parts. The rowdy parts are not rowdy like 50 Shades of Grey rowdy. There's no BDSM or SM going on in it. There's no whips. There's no chains. It's just pure sex. It's just, I like you, you like me, you're hot, I'm hot, we should do this. So it's not, don't go into this thinking that you're going to get the descriptions that you did in 50 Shades of Grey, because you're not. It's not the same thing. So that's number 2 for all you girls and guys out there who complained. This one is not have a desperate damsel in distress, and it's not near as detailed, so therefore maybe, you know, you won't feel as perverted reading it. Although I didn't feel perverted. I mean, I might feel a little hot and heavy, but not perverted. So, sorry, Mom and Dad. The third thing is we keep going through. The really cool thing about this book that I do have to say that I enjoyed, it is very much better written than 50 Shades of Grey. Now, I made it very clear that 50 Shades got a little repetitive in the inner goddess. This book is nothing of that. It's much better written. We also get a lot of detail in this book of the characters' backgrounds. Eva lives with her bisexual roommate Carrie, and you know, her bosses are interracial gays, and because I love the gays, I support the gays, go gays. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different type characters that were just not in 50 Shades of Grey. So anyway, they meet their boss. Fast forward a little bit, they kind of he talks her into going on a date with him. She does. They have sex in a limousine. He starts to like her, and he kind of pulls away from it. They kind of go their separate ways for a little while. They come back together. Now he can't breathe without her. Now he needs her. Now it's just not about the sex. He can't be without her. And the cool part is, as the book progresses, we learn that they're both sexually assaulted kids, victims, recovering victims. Eva had a stepbrother that raped her at a very young age. She also became pregnant at the age of 10 and lost the baby. And so now, she's never slept around that much. We still do not know what happened to Gideon at the end of this book. We know that someone, and I'm actually thinking that maybe it was his brother Christopher. I don't know. Somebody we know sexually abused him as a child, and we're not sure who. But that, as horrible as that is for, to have to read about, to read how two victims learn to work together when they're both so vulnerable when one another touches each other, it's a touching story. You learn to weep for Gideon, who doesn't know anything. When he sleeps, he sometimes attacks Eva, and Eva's stricken because all she can think of when he does it is her stepbrother at 10 years old holding her down and raping her. And so it's two people who are going to therapy trying to learn to coincide in this messed up relationship. It really is a good book. This is one of the books, it's kind of like 50 Shades of Grey. I can't fill in every detail for you, because if I do, there's not going to be any surprises. And that's one of the best part about this book, is it's constantly changing. You don't ever know what's around the corner. You want to know more, but if I tell you, you're not going to enjoy reading the book. So I'm not going to tell you every detail. So that's kind of a short summary of what this book is about. Do I say read this? 4 out of 5 stars. If you liked 50 Shades of Grey, you will probably like this book, okay? If you hated 50 Shades of Grey because of all the Anastasia and the damsels in distress, you'll love this one because it fixes all those damn problems that you were whining to me about on the first 3 videos. If you love 50 Shades of Grey and think, oh, well, here is a new rowdy book on the bestsellers list and it's telling me how much, you'll like it. It's a good read. I couldn't put it down. I mean, I couldn't put it down like I couldn't put it down 50 Shades of Grey. I mean, I was like this knee deep in it. But, for this one, I'd read a few chapters, put it down, come back an hour, read some more. So, yes, you will like it. Cool part is, to my understanding, we are expecting a new book in October. And I'm really, really hoping that we're going to get to find out what happened to Gideon Cross. Alright, so here comes the question for this week, which of course is going to be, who would you cast as Gideon, Cross, and Eva? Some of you may know, and it's going to be really funny that I even tell you this, some of you may know that for an all too brief period of my life, I worked for country music television in Nashville. And during that time, I met a very gorgeous country music star, and actually lived very close to him during my stay there, called Jake Owens. And for some reason, as soon as I heard about the long hair with the piercing blue eyes, although I think he has green, I immediately thought of Jake Owens. Not at all who most people are going to pick. I'm sure there are thousands more people who you could tell me would be a better Gideon Cross. But he just happens to be whom I pictured throughout this entire thing. When it came to Eva, I think Rachel McAdams is my choice. I just adore her, and I feel like she kind of eludes that, and I think she's so different than Anastasia that she would be perfect. And it was in that journalism movie that she did that made me actually think about her. So I'm going to pick the most 2 odd people to ever come together, and that would be Jake Owens and Miss Rachel McAdams. So leave me a comment. Tell me if you loved the book, if you liked the book. Are you a 50 Shades fan? Are you a Christian Grey fan, a Gideon Cross fan? In case you didn't notice, that's a GC, that's a GC. They're just swapped. Do you like Eva? Do you like Gideon? Do we want to even continue reading the series? Okay. Leave the comments. Tweet me at Miss Faulk. Send me your mad love. Tell me who you think is going to be on my shirt next week. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, until then, I will see y'all next week when I don't know what I'm going to be reading, and I'm going to consider it as free week. Go pick out a book. You can leave me a message, too. You all leave such great comments about what I should read. So tell me also what I should be reading, and we'll just surprise you next week. So until then, laters, baby. So when it came to Eva, I think Rachel McAdams is my choice. I just adore her, and I feel like she kind of eludes that, and I think she's so different than Anastasia that she would be perfect, and it was in that journalism movie that she did that made me actually think about her. So I'm going to pick the most two odd people to ever come together, and that would be Jake Owens and Miss Rachel McAdams. So leave me a comment. Tell me if you loved the book, if you liked the book. Are you 50 Shades fan? Are you a Christian Grey fan, a Gideon Cross fan? In case you didn't notice, that's a GC, that's a GC. They're just swapped. Do you like Eva? Do you like Gideon? Do we want to even continue reading the series? Okay. Leave the comments. Tweet me at Miss Faulk. Send me your mad love. Tell me who you think is going to be on my shirt next week. I don't know. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So, until then, I will see y'all next week when I don't know what I'm going to be reading, and I'm going to consider it as free week. Go pick out a book. You can leave me a message, too. You all leave such great comments about what I should read. So tell me also what I should be reading, and we'll just surprise you next week. So until then, laters, baby.